All right, let's get into it. Today, we're peeling back the surface on something you use every single day, but probably never give a second thought to: the asphalt itself. We are going to dig into the incredible, hidden science of the road right under your tires.
I mean, it seems simple enough, doesn't it? It's just blacktop. But what if I told you that stretch of pavement is actually a high-tech, engineered material? It's designed with a mind-boggling amount of precision. Seriously. It's a fascinating blend of chemistry, geology, and physics, all working together just to keep you moving safely from A to B.
So why do we need all this high-tech science? Well, because our roads are under constant attack. Every single car, every heavy truck, every summer heat wave and winter freeze, it's a non-stop battle. And when the engineering isn't quite right, the road, well, it loses that battle in some pretty specific and probably very familiar ways.
I guarantee you've felt this first one: rutting. You know those grooves in the lane that your tires just kind of fall into? That's what engineers call permanent deformation. It happens when all the little rocks in the mix literally start sliding past each other under the weight of traffic. And then there's alligator cracking. And yeah, it looks exactly like it sounds: a web of cracks like an alligator's back. That's a classic sign of fatigue. The road has just been bent under heavy loads one too many times, and it's starting to break apart.
And of course, the weather is a huge enemy. When it gets brutally cold, the asphalt pavement actually shrinks. And if it can't handle that stress, it literally snaps, creating those deep cracks that run straight across the lane. So all of these failures, this is exactly what engineers are fighting against. The dream, the whole goal, is to create that ideal road, a surface that's smooth, durable, and can resist all of this for years and years. The question is, how?
Well, the solution is all in the recipe, and I mean that literally. Making the perfect road is not an accident. It's an incredibly controlled engineering process. We call it mix design, and it's all about leaving guesswork behind and embracing pure scientific precision.
So, what exactly is asphalt mix design? It's the formal process of picking the perfect ingredients, the asphalt binder and all the mineral aggregates, and then figuring out the exact right proportions to get the performance you need. It's this delicate dance between material science, geology, and a whole lot of lab testing.
This quote right here really shows you how far we've come. Back in 1908, one of the pioneers in the field said it was all done by rule of thumb and without reason. It was basically just a good guess. Today, it couldn't be more different. The whole process is built on a foundation of rigorous, repeatable science.
So, when you're making this perfect recipe, what are you trying to achieve? It's a heck of a balancing act. The road's got to be stable to fight that rutting we talked about. It needs to be durable to survive the sun and the cold. It has to have just enough flexibility so it can bend a little under a truck without cracking, but also have the fatigue resistance to do that millions of times. Oh, and on top of all that, it needs good skid resistance for safety, and it has to be workable so the crews can actually pave it. It's a really tough puzzle to solve.
To solve that puzzle, you have to start with the basics, and it really all boils down to two fundamental components. You can think of it as a glue and a skeleton.
So, the glue is the asphalt binder. That's the black, sticky liquid bitumen that holds everything together. It's what makes the pavement waterproof and gives it flexibility. The skeleton is all the mineral aggregate: the crushed stone, the sand, the gravel. This is what provides the structural backbone, the strength, the internal friction that pushes back against the weight of traffic. One holds it together, the other gives it strength.
And here's where it gets really, really cool. When it comes to that aggregate skeleton, you can't just throw any old rocks in there. The secret to a strong road isn't just the type of rock, it's the shape of the rock. This is where the engineering gets super specific. Yeah, engineers are obsessed with shape. They want coarse aggregates that are crushed and angular, because those sharp faces interlock like 3D puzzle pieces to build a really strong structure. They even measure the angularity of the sand for the same reason. Every little particle has to do its job. And what you absolutely don't want are flat, sliver-like particles, because those just tend to snap under pressure. It's all about building a super strong, interlocking skeleton that will not move.
This obsession with precision didn't happen overnight. The history of asphalt mix design is really a story of its evolution, from what was kind of a folk art into a legitimate, superior engineering science. And there were some huge turning points along the way. Back in the 1930s, things got more scientific, with the first standardized lab test, called the Marshall and He methods. That was a big step. But the real game changer came in 1987. A massive $50 million national research effort was launched to figure out, once and for all, how to build roads that last. And the result of that program, which came out in the 90s, was called Pave.
And Pave is exactly what it sounds like. Super-performing asphalt pavements. It's not just one test, it's an entire system. For the first time, it allowed engineers to design a specific asphalt recipe based on the actual climate and the expected traffic load of a project. That means a highway in hot, sunny Arizona gets a completely different recipe than a quiet street in frigid Maine. It was an absolute revolution in how we design roads.
But the science didn't stop in the 90s. Not at all. Today, the cutting edge of asphalt technology is all about making our roads smarter and way more sustainable by using some pretty innovative new materials and designs.
So, take a look at this number, 20 to 30%. What do you think that is? That's the amount of pure asphalt binder hiding in old roofing shingles. Think about that. It's an incredibly rich source of material that used to just go to the landfill. And that's not the only thing we're recycling. We're now grinding up old roads to create what's called reclaimed asphalt pavement, or RAP. That gives us both aggregate and aged binder. We're using those recycled asphalt shingles, or RAS, because their binder is really stiff, which can actually help new roads resist rutting. The key is that engineers carefully design new blends, mixing these recycled goods with new materials to hit all those performance targets. It's fantastic for the environment and for the budget. Now, beyond recycling, we're getting into highly specialized mixes. Consider this number, over 18%. That's the percentage of empty space, of air, that is deliberately engineered into a special kind of pavement. Now, why on earth would you want a road that's almost 1/5 air?
The answer is all about safety. That pavement is called an open graded friction course. It basically acts like a sponge. Rainwater drains through the pavement instead of pooling on top. This massively reduces hydroplaning and that blinding tire spray you get in a storm. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have something called stone matrix asphalt, or SMA. This stuff is an ultra-durable mix with a powerful stone-on-stone skeleton built specifically for the heaviest traffic on the busiest highways. It just goes to show you, for every unique problem, there's a unique engineered solution.
So, we've gone from what looks like a simple black surface to a deeply complex engineered material that can be quiet, safe, long-lasting, and sustainable. The road beneath your wheels is anything but ordinary. And as the science just keeps getting better and smarter, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What will the road of tomorrow actually look and feel like to drive on? It's pretty fascinating to think about.